Throughout the Smash Bros. Series, there are many amazing techniques and combos that each character in the series' massive roster can do. However, all of these maneuvers pale in comparison to the taunt to get bodied combo, a technique that utilizes the taunting mechanic in order to lose the stock immediately. Or in other words, talk shit, get hit. But could it be possible to do a taunt to get bodied combo in real life? Surely a technique of this caliber would be impossible to perform. That was what everyone thought, but on January 31st, 2015, one man did the impossible and achieved a taunt to get bodied combo in real life. This is the story of Leffen VS Chillin.
P.S. Leffen, I ain't done yet. I'm the underdog, so place your bets.
I don't need to say anything. Everyone knows what I'm going to say. And it's gonna be 5-0.
Whoever wanna see Leffen looking dumb, throw your money on the line, cause I'm making some.
I think this guy talks a lot, and it's about time for him to learn some respect.
The fighting game community, or the FGC as it's called, is an interesting place. There's moments like the famous Daigo parry, which can cause the whole stage to erupt in applause, but there's also a great deal of drama within the FGC, as evidenced by the infamy of players like Low Tier God and Darkside Phil.
This is fucking free.
Oh my god, I couldn't block the cross.
That's fucking way too easy.
Damn.
Let's get to the next fucking game with this idiot fucking scrub.
Ridiculous.
But out of all the communities surrounding fighting games, none are as infamous as Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. After the success of the original Smash Bros. On the N64, Masahiro Sakurai and his team went into a brutal 13-month development cycle to create a sequel that would garner attention for the new GameCube console. And this development cycle has resulted in several oddities, whether it's weird hitboxes, attacks that do zero damage, stages you can fall through, or characters who have different properties based on what color was chosen. While most games with these kinds of design quirks end up being a disaster, Melee actually benefited from its oddities to the point where there's only one other Smash Bros. Game where you can say it's just as good as Melee and then occasionally be taken seriously. Melee has many advanced techniques such as wave dashing and dash dancing. Add to these techniques to the game's lack of a buffering system to get a fast-paced technical game that's still played today. The fast pace of Melee has resulted in a distinguished community from other fighting games, but this is often a detriment. The Melee community has attracted a large amount of drama over the years. A notable example of this is the heavy amount of resentment directed towards players of both Jigglypuff and Ice Climbers, with the top player of the former character even getting hit by a raw crab at a tournament.
Fox,
What
he's
is
the
that?
champion.
What is that?
Once again.
What is that? What is he holding?
I'm not sure what that is in his hand.
What is that? What is he holding? Is that crab?
Oh, he's saying someone threw that at him?
And out of all of Melee's 26 characters, the one that most clearly exemplifies the game's physics, pace, and reputation is Fox McCloud. Fox's down B has a hitbox on frame 1 and can be cancelled through jumping, allowing him to perform fast-paced combos. Fox is number 1 on the game's tier list, and it's resulted in 20XX, the idea that every Melee player will eventually become a Fox main. Out of all these Fox players, there are two that you need to know for the purposes of this video. The first is Chillin Dude, or Chillin for short. Chillin has been around since the primitive days of competitive Melee and has had a significant impact on the playstyle of Fox mains. During this time, most major tournaments were dominated by a single Marth player by the name of Ken. And at 2004's Game Over tournament, Chillin was the first player to take a set off of Ken in a singles game. But the second player is a more recent one by the name of Leffen. The most accurate description I've heard of Leffen is that he's like a real-life anime rival, whether it's Gary, Hiei, or Vegeta. Leffen is well known for his blunt attitude to the point where someone even created a Twitter bot that uses AI to make posts that are based on his Twitter. But Leffen isn't all talk. As of his victory against Mewtwo King at Apex 2015, Leffen had earned the nickname Godslayer by defeating all 5 of the 5 gods, the term used for the top Melee players of that era. And while Leffen's defeat of Mewtwo King at Apex 2015 was legendary, it wouldn't be as well known as another match he played at that tournament. After the main event of the tournament was a series of money matches called the Salty Sweet, and in the grand finale of this event, Leffen and Chillin would face off against each other to settle some previous beef. And like most beefs nowadays, this one started on Twitter.com.
I tried to make an announcement.
Chillin Dude.
I was a bitch-ass motherfucker.
Back in October of 2014, Leffen insulted the Melee players who are sponsored by both Curse Network and Team Liquid. For reference, these players include Chillin Dude himself, the aforementioned Ken, as well as Hungrybox, one of the 5 gods. Chillin responded by mentioning the tournament results of both him and HBox, which resulted in the two of them bantering, and Leffen eventually calling him a has-been. The bantering continued, but eventually Chillin suggested that both players should participate in a first-to-5 Fox Ditto, and while the loser would have to pay $100, there was something more important on the line. See, not only were both Leffen and Chillin Fox players, but both players actually used Fox's vanilla color palette as well. This was something that added fuel to the fire of the two players' feud. As such, the player that lost this match would have to permanently give up their rights to use this original color palette in a tournament again. So both players trained for this match as well as both the singles and doubles events of the tournament. On a stream with VG Bootcamp, Leffen declares that the match will end in a 5-0, but right before the salty sweep began, Chillin did something unthinkable. He created a diss track.
I'm not lawful, make this pussy stop talking. You're not one of the gods, you're one of the god-awful. We all got kin when looking at your Fox. Bitch, stick to Smash 4 and losing by 4 stocks. Now
the diss track actually has a lot of work put into it, and there's an extensive amount of references to Leffen's Smash career. Many of these references are listed on the song's Genius.com page. My personal favorite thing listed on there is related to 2 lines.
you're not one of the gods, you're one of the god-awful. P.S. Leffen, I ain't done yet. I'm the underdog, so place your bets.
That's right, by calling Leffen god-awful and then calling himself an underdog, Chillin has just unintentionally described himself as worse than god-awful. And now the match can actually begin. Mango, another one of the 5 gods, shows up to the tournament and bets on Chillin. As a taunt, Leffen allows Chillin to use the white color for what could be the last time. So now that both players have taunted, the question is, which one gets bodied? The first match takes place on the Dreamland stage. Leffen gets the first couple of hits, but after the 2 combatants trade blows, Chillin eventually gets the upper hand and takes the first stock of the match. By the time that Chillin loses a stock, Leffen has over 60 damage. But he manages to score a combo and prevent Chillin from reaching the ledge, taking another stock. Then Leffen uses another combo to get Chillin down to his last stock, but loses another stock from an up air. However, Leffen takes Chillin's last stock without incurring any damage, ending the first game with a JV3. While this might be a major setback for the average player, Chillin Dude isn't the average player. Chillin remains calm while Leffen bursts out into laughter. What Leffen doesn't know is that he is currently underestimating his opponent. Chillin actually has a secret weapon that will change the course of the match. As the Fountain of his Dream stage loads, Chillin immediately uses this technique.
So again, it's all about lack of committal. Who's going to commit first? Who's going to misplay something? Oh!
Well, and Chillin right now is a member of the Salvation Army. Giving away that.
And that technique is side being off the stage. In spite of this setback, Chillin manages to keep even with Leffen. At the end of the game, both players have 1 stock and 0%. Chillin quickly takes the lead, but eventually Leffen reverses the lead and finishes off Chillin with a back air. It's clear that the damage has been done from Chillin's SD as Leffen takes the first stock of the 3rd game with only 28% damage. Chillin manages to even the score but loses a stock to a Shine Spike. He then manages to fight off Leffen's edge guards and take another stock. But then Leffen quickly obtains stage control and takes the last 2 stocks. Chillin is visibly shaken. Leffen wins the 4th game in a similar manner to the games before it. Shortly after the 5th game begins, Leffen uses a chain grab to take a stock before Chillin can even get a single point of damage in and then quickly bring Chillin down to 1 stock. At this point, there is no way that Chillin could ever keep up.
I'm not lawful, make this pussy stop talking. You're not one of the gods, you're one of the god-awful. We all got kin when looking at your Fox. Bitch, stick to Smash 4 and losing by 4 stocks. Not a fan of your style, you ain't standing your ground. You get wins while kicking the man when he's down. Like, I beat Mango, I'm the favorite if he chokes. As far as Armada goes, I'll just wait till he's a host. Ain't no telling how foolish you'll be looking. Evidence.zip can't contain the ass whooping. Right when we realize the money match is over, that'll be your cue to throw your controller. P.S. Leffen, I ain't done yet.
Or so it would seem. Chillin refuses to let Leffen have the satisfaction of getting a 5-0, so he uses Shine Spikes to bring Leffen down to his last stock as well. The distance between Chillin and Leffen keeps narrowing until eventually... Chillin loses to an up smash. Leffen has won with a 5-0 and Chillin can never use Vanilla Fox again. Before both players leave, they each have one last thing to say.
Leffen, do you have anything to say? Is there anything to say? Is there really? Respect your elders.
Fatality.
Chillin, you have anything you want to say to the people?
Might be.
The focus shifts away from Chillin as Leffen and Mango set up a $1,000 match. On the other hand, Chillin almost immediately got memed by a good chunk of the Melee community, which is natural for any player that suffered that bad of a loss. Some people even went as far to make various remixes of his diss track.
I'm not lawful, make this pussy stop talking. You're not one of the gods, you're one of the god awful. Not a fan of your style, you ain't standing your ground. You get wins while kicking the man when he's down. Like, I beat Mango, I'm the favorite if he chokes. As far as I'm out of goes, I'll just wait till he's a host. Ain't no telling how foolish you'll be looking. Evidence I said can't contain the ass whooping. Right when we realize the money match is over, that'll be a cue to throw you.
PS Leffen, I ain't done yet. I'm the underdog, so place your bets. Whoever wanna see Leffen looking dumb, throw your money on the line cause I'm making some.
Even Leffen got in on the action. On a charity stream a couple of months later, Leffen sings Chillin's diss track while accompanied by other smashers.
Dun 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 dun. I'm not
lawful because stop
talking. You're not one of the gods. You're one of the god.
Oh, fuck.
We all
got canceled.
Fuck.
What? Is that a lie? Take it to Smash 4, lose it by 4 stocks?
And in 2018, the two players finally had a rematch in the Hair 5 tournament, but Leffen won just as easily as last time, even while Chillin used Samus as a counterpick character. But the biggest takeaway from this match is that both players ended up being good sports. Chillin has still refused to take down the diss track even after 5 years, and on April Fool's 2017, he even made a half-hour-long mockumentary about the event.
I don't really like to make Johns, but the fact that we were up there playing Smash rather than rapping was really off-putting to me. My arms really hurt because I'd actually just climbed a mountain the previous day. It was a bad call. I had just learned 2 minutes prior to the match that my dog died. I don't know what happened to my controller. Someone stole it, I'm sure. To be fair, it was an elderly dog. It was natural causes, but it was still heart-wrenching for me. I was very drunk. I think I caught a little bit of secondhand smoke from some kids smoking the reefer outside. These things just hindered me in such a way that I couldn't perform.
On the other side of the coin, Leffen was just as good of a sport. In October of 2016, Leffen even allowed Chillin to use Vanilla Fox again, something he didn't even have to do. While that might be a cool thing to do, it's not as cool as the time he came up with a way to end this video.
PS Leffen, I ain't done yet. I'm the underdog, so place your bets. Whoever wanna see Leffen looking dumb, throw your money on the line cause I'm making some. Gotta say, bro, you looking awfully weak. Wait and see what happens in the salty sweet. Vanilla Fox don't suit you, go find another. Teach you a lesson and take back my color.